like, one of the main reasons why my eating disorder happened, was because my mom, she dated this guy from, like, oh, Jesus Christ, I don't know how to write this, from ages 9 to 13 for me, and, he would always say stuff to me, like, that, I wasn't good enough, or, like, that nobody really wanted me, and that was useless, and, like, just, like, all this stuff, and being told that for 5 years, from being 9 years old, it really just, like, got to me, so I thought the only way to prove him wrong was to, like, just stop eating and get thinner, I guess. But another main reason is because I was just jealous of all the girls at my school who were, like, thin and stuff. Like, I remember when I moved here to Lethbridge, I'll just say that, I was actually extremely jealous of Maddie. And I'm gonna be completely honest, I was extremely jealous of you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. I had created a Twitter account, actually, dedicated to anorexia, and, like, because I felt just so, like, alone and depressed and everything, so I wanted to talk to other people, and my mom's boyfriend, the current boyfriend, found out, and he told my mom, and oh my god, my mom is devastated. That, like, really hurt me, because I hate seeing the people I love in pain. But, I was so, like, set in that mind and hypnotized, I guess, that, this is the way to go. This is the way to be. That, I just didn't really care what anybody said. Like, I had friends who were telling me to stop, and family members, my sister mostly, and my mom telling me to stop, but it just went in one ear and out the other, and I continued. And about a month after that initial, like, incident, I guess, my mom thought I was like, in recovery, and I was recovering, but I was lying. I was lying to everybody. And I knew that my mom would be watching my every move and everything, so it wasn't mostly, like, not eating, like, I wasn't eating, but it was mostly, that's when my bulimia kicked in a lot. And I remember it was like, I stayed home because I was sick, I was weak, I had the shakes, I couldn't talk, it hurt to stand, it hurt to walk, I couldn't move because I hadn't eaten for, I don't even actually know how long, but Phil took my phone away because one of the punishments was that I couldn't have my phone or my laptop because I was visiting sites and my Twitter account and everything. But Phil gave me my iPod, and when he took away my phone, he found that I forgot to change it over to my other Twitter account, and it was on the anorexia one, and he found out, and he deactivated it, and he called my mom. And I remember when my mom came home, she was heartbroken. She thought that I was recovering, and that's what she said to me, but she said that I was lying to everybody, and I was a liar. And one of the main things that she said to me was, have you gotten your period yet? And I said no. And she said it's because you're not eating and your body is shutting down. And she said that if I wanted to do this to myself, that she would send me to my dad's, because she doesn't want to watch me sit on the couch and slowly kill myself. Because that's basically what you're doing. You are taking away the nutrition from your body, and you are slowly stopping your organs and your brain, and everything is just gonna shut down, and you're just gonna, like, you're gonna die. And I have finally come to see that.
For me, my eating disorder kind of started when I was 8, so around grade 4 and 5, and it was actually because of these girls that were in my class who were all really skinny and really pretty and popular, and they just absolutely hated me. They liked to bug me and stuff, not necessarily about my weight, but they just kind of shunned me out of the whole school and kind of convinced the school that I was pregnant. And I just decided, well, if you're gonna say I'm pregnant, I guess that means I look pregnant, which meant I felt absolutely fat. I wanted to lose it, because I mean, I was still young. I was only 8, which meant, of course, I still had baby fat left. And so it started out with not eating. I still ate the 3 meals a day. I just cut them down smaller, and I just wasn't eating as much as I usually did. And then by grade 6, it got really bad. I started throwing up, and I don't actually remember where I learned that. I think it might have been from the TV, but it was just, I wish I'd never learned that at all, but I did, and it got really bad. I would have breakfast in front of my mom, and then once she left for work, I would throw it up, and I would go to school, and I would throw my lunch in the garbage, and then I would come home, and my mom wasn't home a lot, so she'd come home and she'd bring me food from the pub, and I'd eat that just because, you know, I felt like I'm really hungry, I want something to eat, and then I'd throw it up again. And it was just that over and over and over and over again. And I lost a lot of weight. And I actually talked to my mom recently about it, and she said she had her suspicions, but I guess she didn't care enough back then to talk to me about it or anything. But it got to the point where some things started going on in my house with my mom's boyfriend and things like that. Just stuff started happening, and it got really bad. And one day my mom came home, and she was yelling at me, and she grabbed me by the arm, and she saw all these bruises and cuts, and she was like, "What is this from?" And I said, "I don't know, I fall a lot." Stupid excuse, I know, but then as she pulled up my pants, and she saw numerous cuts down my leg, and she said, "What's going on? What are you doing to yourself?" And I said, "I'm not doing anything." And at that point, I had shut down because I knew I had been caught, and it was just my mom called my uncle and my auntie, and they came over, and then they called the police, and they brought me to the hospital. And I think I was there for about 4 days, and I honestly, I hadn't eaten anything. I barely drank anything. I think I had a half a glass of water once when I was there, and then a sip of ginger ale, and that was seriously all I had when I was at the hospital. So they sent me home with my mom and later that day, I had gotten into another fight with her, just arguing over stupid things, and just gonna get rid of that. And the next day, I threw up, and it wasn't even just to throw up my food. It was because I didn't want to go to school. I did not want to go back there at all. And so my auntie came, and she took me out for breakfast, and of course I ate in front of her because she couldn't know. I didn't want anybody else to know, and I didn't want my mom to know. And she said, "You're gonna come live with us, okay?" And of course I said okay, because that was the better option. It really was. And so living at my auntie's, I couldn't really purge. I couldn't not eat because they would know, because they're just really attentive. They're really there. They're active in my life. So I became a closet eater. I would only eat in front of them, and I wouldn't eat in front of anybody else. I wouldn't eat at school. And I hated myself so much. I hated my body image. I really just hated it up until grade 9, which is this year. I started to love myself, and then something happened. Me and a group of friends decided to do this ice cream challenge where you just see who can eat the most ice cream, of course. And I hadn't eaten anything except a small breakfast that day, and when I ate all that ice cream, I just, as soon as they left, I violently made myself throw up. And it was at my best friend's house too. She of course heard everything, and we were going to my boyfriend's and my friend's concert after that, and I felt so, I was scared because I hadn't done that in so long. I was almost going into a shock. Everybody said I was really pale. I couldn't stand straight. I was very dizzy that night, and when me and Sky went to walk home, I kept falling over, and she was freaking out. I told her what happened. I told her everything. And so we continued trying to walk, and she said I just went down. I was in her arms. I was dead weight, and she was absolutely scared. I remember that night waking up, and she was like over me. She was like, "Maddie, are you conscious?" Or conscious. I can't say that word.
I don't know how to say that.
And I said, "Yeah, how come?" And she said, "You just blacked out." So she called everybody, and they came running, and they drove me home. But after that, I had not eaten anything at all the whole next day. I hadn't, not one thing to eat. And the next day, I had breakfast, and I didn't have a lot, so I held that. And then when it came dinner, I felt like I ate too much, which I probably didn't, but I made myself throw up. And for about a week, I continued eating small portions of food, and anytime I felt like I ate too much, I would make myself throw up. Until Shanice, actually, I talked to her about it, and she told me some really inspiring things, like that if I continued to do this, that there's a possibility that I can't have children, and that really scared me so much that I stopped. And so now I'm recovering. I'm on a diet, which is better than forcing myself to throw up or not eating. And I've been exercising a lot, so I'm really proud of myself. But I have done a lot of damage to my body. My organs, is that what they're called, are already damaged, and I have issues with my throat. It's very hard to swallow things. For me, I find it's just hard to go down. I don't know why that is. I think it's all the times I've thrown up, and I very rarely get my period anymore. It's probably once every 3 or 4 months, so that's just, so I really, if you have an eating disorder, you know it, and you need to go get help. It's vital that you go get help. No matter who you go to, if it's a teacher, if it's a friend, if it's us, I really, really want you to go get help, because you can get better.
And you don't want to wreck your body, because your body is like, it's everything. Like Maddie said, she has problems with her throat and her organs, and if I overwork myself or like anything like that, I throw up. It's not force, it's just it happens, and my counselor says it's because of all the purging and stuff, throwing up, everything, all the times that I've done it, and yeah, and you don't want to wreck your body. So, and also I would like to thank one of my, I consider her one of my best friends, Karina. She has helped me like a lot. She's helped me with everything, like with my eating disorder, with other things. She's helped me a lot, and I appreciate that so much.